Okay, folks, welcome. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Vibrant Life, where we have one goal to educate and empower you with information to help you live the life you deserve. And a big part of living a vibrant life is also feeling good about yourself and having great skin and healthy aging. And so I'm so excited to have this guest, Carissa Chisolm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, who actually hails from the beautiful island of Jamaica. Carissa migrated to the US as a teen with her family. She studied finance in college and now works as an assistant vice president for a large financial company. Having a busy work schedule with raising a family and running a business, she was determined to live a healthy lifestyle. As a teenager, she struggled with acne and knows the struggles of not feeling good in your own skin. And she was determined to change it. And it shows. Look at her now. Now she is helping many individuals achieve their skincare goals through personalized skincare. Welcome, Carissa.
Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for that awesome introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Carissa Chisolm, as Rajiv said, and in the last few years, I've become passionate about living a spirited and healthy lifestyle. And more recently, I've become obsessed with skin nutrition. I'm not a doctor or a specialist. I just made a few choices to live a healthier lifestyle. And today, my goal is to share some information that will add value and empower people to hopefully make smarter choices with food and help develop a skincare routine so you too can live a spirited and healthy lifestyle. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, that's great. For the longest of time, Carissa, I've always said, people, again, I was blissfully unaware, right? Till I got this vision of vibrant life, but blissfully unaware about, skincare was about just what you use, the regimen. But a lot goes into skincare beyond the regimen, which is nutrition, right? What do you eat? Foods, which we're going to get into. And I'm glad to have you speaking about it. So let's start with this whole notion of glycemic index, right? And it's a index, or you look at glycemic load, whichever one you look at it. There's a lot of studies that show there's a relationship between that and aging. So let's kind of unpack that a little bit. So for people that are watching, why don't we have you define glycemic index and kind of start there, and then we can go into some of the other topics that we think is going to be valuable for the audience.
Yeah, absolutely, Rajiv. In my opinion, diet is essential, and it helps to guide with the types of food that we eat to help support a healthy lifestyle. It's also good to have a healthy skincare regimen, but health and beauty starts within. Until recently, there was not a lot of discussion about the connection between diet and skin, and now there's a wealth of information, research, science about the impact of foods that are high in glycemic index, or GI, and the effect it has on skin. So, GI is short for glycemic index, and it really was developed to help people manage blood sugar levels, especially people that are diabetic. According to the GI information studies, having a low GI diet can help reduce the risk of developing major common diseases such as diabetes and obesity. And there's foods out there that are, will spike your blood sugar levels, such as refined carbohydrates, pasta that are made with white flour, white breads, desserts that are made with flour, soda.
All my favorite foods, Carissa.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
Not good, yes.
To get a healthy goal, Rajiv.
Yeah.
So, knowing about GI does help you make better food choices that will support a healthy skin and help your body in general.
So what we're basically saying is high GI not good, low GI good for skin.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's a good framework to kind of begin with. So do we want to touch on what foods, you went into it a little bit, what foods are high in GI? So let's flip that around a little bit and talk about what foods are low in GI that'll really help you. Any comments there on food?
Yeah, so when it comes to the skin, you want to treat it from within, and there's a lot of foods out there that does help with having a healthy glow and help to kind of combat skin aging. You want to include more whole grain in your diet, foods that are packed with antioxidants. Green tea actually has been shown to rejuvenate skin cells. So you want to have more of those kind of foods in your diet. You know, if you like seafood, mussels and oysters, they're high in protein.
Oh, I love those.
They're packed with omega-3s and
Yeah.
zinc. Salmon is one of my favorite things. I
Yes, me
have it
too.
a couple times a week. It's high in omega fats. You know, and other oily fish such as sardines, mackerel, trout. You know, those are all great foods that will help with your skin. Dark leafy vegetables, you know,
Nice.
things like that.
Carrots also good, right?
Carrots are an excellent source. You know, carrots have beta carotene, you know, and it works as an antioxidant. It's a good source of vitamin A, which is known to repair the skin.
Yeah.
Zinc. Zinc is also a great one to help with your skin. It's a mineral that helps with skin infections, and that helps with acne, you know, and other skin conditions. Berries are powerful. They're packed with
Oh, my favorite fruits
antioxidants.
are the 4 berries.
Yep, vitamin C. You know, they're rich in vitamin C, and vitamin C helps with the skin aging process. And you know, we help collagen is something that helps with, you know, gives our skin that elasticity. You know, it boosts the capillaries or the vessels that help with, you know, with spider veins and you know, easy bruising. So you know, those kind of foods are what helps with, you know, help us slow down the aging process.
Yeah, no, excellent tips there. So let's kind of get into eating habits, right? And you may have already touched on it a little bit. Any color you want to add to how do eating habits affect your skin?
Yeah, so definitely, you know, sugar and processed foods are not good for you. You know, what you're consuming is so important. It makes a huge difference in how your skin looks and feel. You know, it can also put you at risk for other skin conditions or even skin cancer. So some of the foods I mentioned earlier can, you know, have a long-term negative impact on your skin. So it's important if you haven't already, start to eat more dark leafy, you know, vegetables,
Right.
include more greens in your diet, berries, you know, things that are colorful, you know, green tea, you know, more fish, more oily fish, all those things, you know, over time really helps to help you, you know, have a vibrant and radiant look in your skin. You know,
Yeah.
avocado actually is as an
Oh,
example,
yeah,
rich in
definitely.
vitamin E. It helps with the skin aging, and it helps to protect your skin from sun damage.
You mentioned sugar earlier briefly. I mean, we could do a whole talk on sugar, by the way.
Yes.
But you know, it's interesting. The other day, I was at a event with a few coworkers, and they had a cake. And once I started Vibrant Life, I said I'm starting to measure everything I'm eating. You know, and each piece of the cake had 56 grams of sugar.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine? I mean, that is, oh my,
That's a lot of sugar.
a lot of sugar. Needless to say, I just looked at it. I didn't eat it. But so let's talk a little bit now, move into the aging process. You know, it reminded me that of a couple of years ago, we had a classmate reunion from people from India. About 5, 6 of us got together. And when I walked into this reunion, it almost felt like everyone that my classmates were like 10, 15 years older than me. They looked it. Everybody ages, but some age like gracefully, some age like abruptly, right? So let's kind of unpack a little bit about the aging process. We all, one thing is for sure, we all have to age. The question is, how gracefully do we age, right?
Absolutely.
So what goes into the aging process, Carissa?
So when we're young, you know, we take less time to heal from damages. And as we get older, it takes more time to heal. And that's because age cells decrease. You know, our skin becomes thinner. We have decreased protection against damage and trauma. You know, collagen fiber and elasticity fiber decrease, and we lose that elasticity in our skin. It doesn't bounce back to its normal state like it did when we were younger. You know, overexposure to the sun can speed up skin aging. You know, the sun rays damage the DNA and increases wrinkles and sags. So, you know, as we age, it's things that we experience, but I strongly believe our environment, the lifestyle, the choices we make with food can cause premature aging. So, you know, there's a few things that we can develop and we can do to kind of delay the process of aging because it's inevitable, but we can push it out, you know, a few years further. And that, of course, is the food choices that we eat. You know, give it our skin the nutrients that it needs can help us look radiant. Our skin will be protected, you know, and give us that healthy glow. You know.
Yeah, definitely. So in your initial introduction, I did not know you had suffered from acne as a teenager. And in looking at acne, I mean, there's 50 million Americans that suffer from acne. And globally, it is at least 10% of the world is suffering from acne. And some of them have serious acne, which, is something that people can't comprehend. So any foods that you suggest? I know we touched on food a lot already that help combat aging and acne specifically.
Yeah, so definitely berries, foods that are powerful and rich in vitamin C. That definitely is huge for combating and fighting skin aging. Zinc, as I mentioned earlier, carrot, rich in vitamin A, is rich in beta carotene. That's also a good source with antioxidant. And water. Water helps to keep
Yeah.
our body hydrated. What water really does with the body, it helps with the flow, it helps to carry the nutrients through our body to help it reach the skin. Proper hydration helps with making your skin more plumped and increases that elasticity. So foods that are rich in omega-3s and green leafy vegetables, some nuts, those are all great foods too. If you haven't started or if you're not having those foods right now, it's great to get include them in your diet.
Yeah, and
And
many, I mean,
you can start small, just
right.
like anything, you start small and it becomes a habit over time. And ultimately your skin will benefit from the food choices that you make.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. And you mentioned zinc, and there's a whole show on zinc we could do, that how many people are deficient about zinc. And many of the things you mentioned you could find in natural food sources, but sometimes you might want to look at supplementation, things that you could supplement things with, and kind of get to the goals that you're talking about. So, this is, people have said that having a good regimen, daily discipline with your skin and taking care of your skin so it can actually make you look good, when people see you. What goes into a skincare regimen or discipline?
Rajiv, that's a great question. And how I got motivated to develop my skincare routine is I did not like the way my skin looked, or feel. I had breakouts, dark spots, acne scars, and uneven skin tone. Because, coming from living in the islands, I spent a lot of time at the beach. We live close to the beach. So going outside in the sun almost every weekend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That has long-term effect on your skin. And I was always in front of people. I had an audience in front of me, and I just didn't feel that confidence in my skin. So I quickly realized that my lifestyle contributed a lot to that, and I was determined to do something about it. So first thing I did was I have an app. There's an app that I used to kind of I took answered a few short questions, learned more about my skin, and I do have oily skin. And that helped me on my journey to having a good skincare regimen. I do believe that anyone can have great skin. It just has to do with your lifestyle, your food choices, and just being consistent. That's the key to having flawless skin. So, my skincare regimen is very simple. It includes a 3-step process: cleansing, toning, and moisturizing. I do have a serum that I include in my skincare regimen. And then I use a mask a couple times a week. And of course, now we spend a lot of time in front of a screen on Zoom, on Teams, on the phones. So I do have an eye cream that I use to help with dark circles and puffy eyes. So, the first step, of course, is to just get started. Get started and just be consistent. So,
Power of a beginning.
power of the beginning, absolutely. So I would strongly recommend anyone here to, sign up for a free skincare session, to learn more about the app and to, start your journey in having a better and, healthy skin.
So you mentioned your regimen. So you talk about the three things you do, and do you do it twice a day, once before in the morning and maybe at night you have a different regimen, washing?
Yes, so
Yeah.
I have a skincare regimen that I do twice a day. I have oily skin, so my skincare routine includes, ingredients that help to minimize, the appearance of enlarged pores. I do cleanse, moisturize, and tone in the morning, and then at night, I include my eye cream because as you sleep, your body, rejuvenates. and
Yeah,
reap
yeah.
good results. So
It's
I do
awesome. And you
twice.
are the one that turned me on to the skincare app. And the app told me the other day, I used it again it takes a picture of your skin and kind of tells you all the things you need to know about your skin and age. And I'm like 14 years younger than my age. So I think I'm doing some things well, but I've learned a few things here from you that I'm going to incorporate into my regimen. And I can't believe you have a 16-year-old son, by the way. You look young and vibrant. And that's why I wanted to really have you on the show.
Thank you,
So,
Rajiv.
yeah, absolutely. And, I know you talked about the app. So the special offer that Carissa just sort of alluded to for people that are watching this, anytime you watch it and you want to kind of connect with a complimentary personalized skincare assessment session with Carissa, you are welcome to click the sign up button at the top of the page, our Facebook page, and we'll connect you to a wellness skincare specialist, and that very well might be Carissa. So we can go on, but this was amazing. I appreciate you taking the time from your busy work schedule and family to join the show and really add value to our audience. And I know you won't be a stranger, so we'll get you back at some point and keep empowering people with personalized skincare solutions, Carissa. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rajiv. It was my pleasure.